Alright, let's do an update on Reddit stock. There's the blip crash after earnings, and then there's the future growth of the company. Hey, I'm Andreas, I've been investing for over 10 years, and in today's video let's talk a bit about the future of Reddit. So Reddit had earnings. Everything went well except user growth. They had a slight decline in the new users signing up, and this caused stock price to dip 15% in after hours after the earnings, but then it has rapidly regained ground and continued to outperform the S&P 500 since its IPO. So quite interesting to see how quickly it rebounded, and why shouldn't it? This company right now, as I'm recording this video, has a market cap of 35 billion. And if we take a look at some of the highlights from the quarter here, we can see just insane growth in revenue. Sales grew 71%, alright, sales, this is revenue, year over year to 427 million. So we've seen, for example, Snowflake having triple digit growth. We've seen Palantir having close to 40% year over year. But here, 71%. This is fantastic. These numbers are very, very hard to beat, very hard to sustain. And the market marked an acceleration here from 68% growth in the third quarter, so increasing that revenue growth. And let's talk a bit about this growth, why it has accelerated. We have talked about this before, but recently Reddit ads started to look good. They used to be the worst monetized social media out of all of them, but recently only on mobile the ads are starting to look good. They're starting to look premium. There are premium advertisers on the platform, and they have gained that seal of approval from the industry in terms of brand safety. As we see insurance companies, we see large tech companies trying to recruit workers. We're seeing traditional fast-moving consumer goods. It's just strong brands that we see on television. This indication here, other people are seeing it, they're picking up cheap impressions, and they're accelerating growth because the companies are hungry for eyeballs. They want to get their products out there in front of people's eyes and drive as much sales as possible. And companies clearly believe that Reddit has a stake in this. They're part of the ecosystem. And in terms of growth, I still believe that they have a lot of progress that they can make. They need to make the ads look good on computer. Still looks horrible there. They need to make the ads look good on iPad. You know, this version. They still look very bad there. And when they do this, they can accelerate growth even further. They need to have channel managers, some sort of agency manager, just like TikTok and Google has and Meta has, that works directly with media agencies and talks to them regarding, all right, try to drive this type of implementation, this type of best practice, so that advertisers see better results from the ads and can continue to spend more money. It's like a goon race, you know, goons competing against each other. If you don't have it, well, then all the other players are slowly gonna take market share over the long time when you're a matured company. However, in Reddit's case, the cheapness of the eyeballs is enough to drive growth right now. But in the future, to be able to continue to grow and to continue to protect the market share that they eventually will gain, they will need these types of roles. So a lot still needed for Reddit, a lot of room still to grow. This is a absolutely tiny company compared to the potential, even compared to revenue right now. And I said in my first video on this stock that I would likely have to buy this at a lot higher prices. Now we are at a lot higher prices, and I still think that this stock has more to give. It's still a relatively small company in terms of market cap, in terms of the amount of active users that you're getting, and in terms of the growth potential that they have here. They also turned profitable here once again. They were profitable last quarter, but they beat expectations here of 25 cents per share, growing instead 36 cents a share. And this only makes sense. They have these text-based platforms. Yes, indeed, some video, some pictures, some memes. But what's the cost here? They have a server hosting everything, keeping everything up, costing cents, and then charging dollars from the advertisers. So clearly, we're gonna see good profit margins, and we see this cheap cost here, and they're gonna be able to expand operating margin, I believe, along with revenue here. As they continue to grow, they will be able to utilize economics of scale more. So a very interesting company, despite this little blip here. Now, in the earnings call, they talked about this being a result of Google changing the algorithm and that fewer users were led to the platform via Google search. A clear trend today, if you want to find something useful, if you don't use AI or something to try to find information, is to add plus Reddit at the end and see if somebody has a similar query to the one that you're asking. So this consumer behavior is driving user growth for Reddit. So quite interesting indeed. And the CEO also commented that they've seen this in the past and that they usually bounce back from it. So perhaps that will be even greater news in the next quarterly earnings, with perhaps new user growth accelerating even more, on top of all the other metrics still continuing to look good. Well, then stock price is gonna go even higher from here. So an interesting company, interesting stock, definitely one to keep an eye out, definitely one that I will be buying still when I complete the road to 100,000 dividend portfolio series that I'm doing here on YouTube. Almost done by that. It's gonna be done this year for sure. And after that, I'm gonna look at buying some Reddit stocks. Alright, that's been it for this video. And as always, I hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.